Tonight, this show's runtime is longer than Quibi's entire existence. What is a Quibi, by the way? And then, X Mayo teaches us what it'll take to change the media landscape. Hint, it takes a lot more than blood, sweat, and tears. Live from the loft at Rock City Cake Company, this is 15 Minutes Late. Welcome to 15 Minutes Late. I'm your host, Afsheen, joined as always by the physical embodiment of Netflix and chilling, Walker Mallory.
Hey, it's really great to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Now, Walker, I don't know if you've seen in the YouTube comments, I got a few messages on Instagram. People are asking, when did you learn how to play the recorder? They're all impressed by your skills.
Well, I really appreciate you guys just reaching out and putting out those comments saying that I'm the best recorder player you've ever seen in your life and that I'm really attractive when I put my fingers on this. And that's great. But I just want to say, never give up. Because when your teacher in 4th grade hands you this, don't just drop it in the locker room when the boys are yelling at you. You got to hold on to it and never give up.
And that brings us to today's topic. 2020 absolutely changed the way we make and consume media. There's no way to overstate that. Major Hollywood movies destined for theaters went straight to streaming services. Overall watch time was up by 71% across the entire world. And when news broadcasts switched to remote filming, we got to see that no journalist in America cleans up their damn floors. Unless you're Anderson Cooper, who apparently just lives in the library at Hogwarts. We were hungry for content, and streaming services were pulling out all the stops to make sure that we were feeding our never-ending ability to consume content.
I spent most of my weekend right here on the couch, like millions of other people, transfixed by the Tiger King.
You're gonna have to kill me to shut me up.
Free, by the way.
2020 was like the saddest season of The Bachelorette, where 20 different streaming services all fought for the affection of one fan, but in the end, she just killed Quibi. Now, more than ever, consumers have near infinite content outlets that pump out a variety of shows and movies that you can choose from. You could get a general service like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Peacock, HBO Max, Discovery Plus, or Paramount Plus. Or services with more international content like Hotstar, BritBox, Acorn, Crunchyroll, or Mubi. With a TV show like this, it's almost insulting my show is just on a YouTube channel. Anyone want to pick us up? Verve? Crackle? Come on, got the check, let's make it happen. Even if you're into more niche content, you could subscribe to services that are tailored to your interests. Like Gaia, a service explicitly designed for yoga bro conspiracy theorists.
Gaia offers a platform for awakening to new truths and new ways of being.
They found that Hitler and the SS made an agreement with reptilian extraterrestrials.
Or if you're the religious type, you can check out PureFlix, a religious version of Netflix that offers safe, Christian, family-friendly content. Like this movie about a preacher that kicks everybody's ass.
You are a good preacher and a good man.
Blessed. We could do an entire episode on all the weird white male fantasies about somehow being hyper-religious and still murdering people, but we're short on time. We talk about a lot on this show, but the ultimate goal is to make jokes about things you should be mindful of. And the media you consume is maybe one of the most important things. After racial tensions in America hit a boiling point in the summer of 2020, it's worth looking at what creative stories are being told about BIPOCs in America and how it will change in the coming years.
Options that being rich and white and entitled gave you.
Again, that's the difference between you and me. I would never make this about race.
We always talk about being Muslim, right? That means we gotta help other people.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Did you guys lighten my photo? I look like Sammy Sosa. Am I too black for my own comic strip?
No, trust me.
No one's gonna ever accuse you of being too black.
I'm sorry, what?
I like a lot of these shows, I do. But it feels like if a network approves a story with a diverse cast, some white executive somewhere in a room says, great, can we make this show more on the nose? Let's talk more about that urban stuff you people seem to go on about. And the thing is, even these shows are not enough. According to a recent study, while diversity cast shows grew 42% between 2017 and 2019, audience demands grew by 113%. Diverse TV is the hottest craze, like the newest TikTok dance. I mean, actually, TikTok has its own race issues too, but again, limited time. Hey, Verve, pick us up for season 2 and we'll write that episode for you. I promise, it'll be dope. And this is why representation is wildly important. According to a new Horowitz research report, 36% of Hispanics, 49% of Blacks, and 34% of Asians reported that they often felt personally offended by the way people of color are portrayed in TV and in movies. And some shows avoid these complaints altogether, like Friends, by just making sure people of color aren't even portrayed. But finally, maybe we are close to change. I mean, we are only a few years out from #OscarsSoWhite, where the internet called out one of the whitest events on TV for being too white. And in response, 4 years later, Hollywood has figured out what to do.
The Academy, battling criticism for a lack of diversity among Oscar winners, is rolling out new criteria for which movies can qualify for the coveted Best Picture category.
The Oscars outlined a new standard for what it takes for a film to be eligible for a Best Picture going forward. The new rules state, at least one lead or significant supporting actor must be from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. Or at least 30% of a cast in the secondary or minor roles are from 2 underrepresented identity groups. Or a main storyline or subject that centers on an underrepresented identity group must... Okay. It's like I have to do a high school math problem just to figure out whether something is racist or not. Look, aside from all that, the point is, even the media, an industry that largely bills itself as a progressive industry, has wild blind spots when it comes to an accurate and equitable representation of diversity. And maybe, just maybe, the solution is an ironically named superhero from Marvel, or some math problem from the Oscars judging committee. Or maybe, again, just maybe, hear me out though, I think this might be the answer. Maybe Hollywood should just trust that audiences want diversity, accurate representation, and that the people who handle these stories best are the people who live them every day. Tonight we have actor, writer, producer, and all-around badass X Mayo in the house.
Yay!
XXX. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
$80 and a suitcase is your Insta handle. We love it. Based on the belongings you had when you came from LA to New York City. But I read somewhere that it was a lot less right before you got the Daily Show. How crazy is it looking back on all that?
You can never get too comfortable, you know, and because I've worked so hard and struggled so hard to get to where I've gotten, I don't have any ego or think that that this could last forever. Meaning my job at the Daily Show, like Trevor could fucking want to be a poet tomorrow. So I constantly am working on independent projects, auditioning, taking every opportunity of quality that I could see myself being a part of, just so that my financial security is set.
And I saw on your Instagram, you had 2 goals for 2020.
Yeah.
You achieved one of them.
Yeah.
Tell the people what it was, and are we going to see that OVO collaboration in 2021?
So yeah, well, I had 2 goals this year. One was to get booked to be a series regular, and that was for an NBC pilot named American Auto, which we just shot.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We just shot that in October. It was a phenomenal experience. The cast and crew is like, you couldn't ask for better people. And then my second goal was to work with Drake. And it hasn't happened yet. But I am in Canada. I'm looking for him.
Oh, let's go.
Although I am in Vancouver, you know, he is a little further, but
right.
Canada is still Canada, and I'm just like, where's Drake? Like, I go shopping and I'm like, where's Drake?
Tell the people about Who Made the Potato Salad, what it's all about, and why is it so special.
So Who Made the Potato Salad is a sketch comedy show made in a day that only stars Black people and people of color. I come from theater, and I'm used to shows being ran with the level of excellence. And like the ones that I have been a part of, it just wasn't promoted properly. The shows were late at night. The only people in the audience were people who were in the show. And I was like, this is fucked up. You can't afford to pay us. So you could at least give us a damn audience, right? I wanted to be in a sketch comedy show, and I wanted to star in one, and I wanted to be in one that I wanted to see. So I got to the drawing board, and I have been producing since I was 18. So producing was not new to me, but because I was blessed to be at UCB, I gave my blood, sweat, and tears to UCB East, like for real. UCB in general, but UCB East that was home for me for so long. I was able to accumulate community with so many BIPOCs at UCB. And so I had such a huge network to pull from to be in the show and also help with the show. So we premiered to a sold out crowd on November 2017. We've been going now for 3 years. To be honest, I don't see the industry changing.
Yeah.
Like I don't, I hate to be that girl. I'm just kind of like, being a Black woman in this business, knowing how hard we have to work, I see BIPOCs unsubscribing to the notion that we fucking need any affirmation or validation from these institutions to get shit done. That's what I see. I see more of the Issa Raes. I see more of the Tiffany Haddishes. I see more of the Lena Waves. I see more of the Donna Glovers. I see more of those type of people coming up. There's so many like new content on the digital level that Black and brown people are creating that I love. And I see that happening. Do I want the industry to change? Yes. Am I trying to come in here and just like, teach them or anything like that? I'm going to do my thing. And if you want to come and be a part of it, that's fine. But I'll just make my own studio. Like for me, I wanted to start a sketch comedy show, so I made it. I produced panels because I want to educate my people about the necessity to be behind, because we don't get in front until we get behind. I don't need no production house. I don't need anybody to give me reins to do that. I'll just do it. A Black woman wrote on Twitter that she will never forget that people treated this uprising as a job fair. And I agree with her. But I'm just kind of like, I see it empowers me to see so many of my people being like, fuck that. The reason why Potato Salad is so powerful to me is because we had a rotating cast of people of color over the course of 3 years. And so for me, it was just kind of like, do you see all these fucking people I put in my show? I work my ass off to secure industry at anything that I do, because you could be the funniest bitch in the world, but who knows? Who knows you? I just want to work, right? Until this day, it's still all I want to do is work. It's not about fame. I want to get paid what I am owed, right? But the fame, fuck that. But I had got asked to do this cartoon, and one of the characters, she was a plant. It's all plants, but this plant kind of had hair that went out and kind of like mimicked a fro. How they reached out to me was like, we want diverse and all this. I was like, okay, what the fuck is this script talking about? And it was so just like Honey Boo Boo Child and Smack the Lip. And I was just like, okay, not for me. And I didn't have the energy to educate, and that's not my job, but I'm not doing that.
You've been involved in some super dope projects. The Farewell, Who Made the Potato Salad, this new show that's coming out. We're excited for it. You worked on Strangers, a TV series, web series on Facebook Watch. And it was super dope because it was a predominantly women team.
Strangers, Zoe Child, let me be clear. She was our leading lady. A fucking star. On and off camera. She's working 16-hour days, 7 days a week. Never once caught an attitude. Best fucking energy. Oh my God. And then Meredith, wow. And I will say this, one of my favorite moments was not seen by anybody but Meredith and Zoe. So what happened was my brother passed away when I was 15 due to a drunk driver. So I had decided in 2018, I was going to do this thing that the week of his birthday, I was going to do something new every day that he would have wanted to try to like celebrate his life. But during that week, I was supposed to be off for strangers, and then they end up having me to work. As luck would have it, like it was like a blessing in disguise when me, Zoe, and Meredith, we had took a separate van we had picked up our food. We had took a separate van from everybody else to go back to our trailers to eat because we were breaking for lunch. As we were kind of like going in and that, we're like talking, and they're like, X, what's wrong? Because they could see my energy. And I was just like, guys, today my brother's birthday, like I was supposed to, and I just like start crying, and I'm telling them about all these like plans that I had. And I'm so blessed and grateful to be working, but like both things can exist, right? And Meredith and Zoe like held me, and that showed me what great people they are. So yeah, but they let me be so free and to work with them, and like Michael Clark, who they have championed me. I mean, they're the reason why I'm in the Farewell. There was a casting director who put me in the Farewell who knew Michael and all of them, and she saw me in Strangers.
Now, I heard that you were, back in the day, an Old Navy boy. Let's say you walk into an Old Navy. Let's see
Lord,
you see little X.
Fire, Jesus. Oh.
Yo. Let's see you see little X in the distance. What do you go up to her? What do you tell her? What do you tell your younger self working at the Old Navy?
You need to get the fuck out. You ain't this. What are you doing? Woo! During the holiday season, got fired. It's because I was like, why do I have to keep refolding? Stop telling, don't tell me to touch it. Like, and because of that, till this day, like I do my level best. If I go to a department store, we can't really be out now. But when I in the past, I would be like, let me fold it. Mm-hmm.
If there was a biopic made about your life right now, who would play you, and what would the title be?
I think Natasha Rothwell would play me, and I think it will be called 24 Moves, because I think that's the amount of moves that I've had in New York, and I think you cannot tell my story without New York. Like New York is truly, and God, why I'm where I'm at in my career today. I've always been a hustler, but it went up like 20 times when I got to New York. And I think that symbolizes my New York experience, also experiences, also all the me moving to New York, you know, and also who I am as a person. Like I will get up and go.
Thank you. X in the house, X Mayo. Yes. Thank you so much to X Mayo for joining us tonight. Walker, say something to the people.
Hey, this is gonna sound goofy, but like you guys should just like love each other.
You heard it here first. Thank you so much for joining us this week. My name is Afsheen, and this is 15 Minutes Late. Good night.